Let us have a look at AEC scheduling. AEC scheduling does not only apply to AEC objects, it also applies to other objects, as I'll show you a little bit later. This drawing consists of AEC walls, windows, doors, etc. So under your AEC tools, there's schedule options, so I can create a window schedule. When Caddie says indicate object to schedule, I just tell Caddie with a rectangle which objects it should schedule, indicate position for the table, and then it will allow you to drag the size as well if you want it to be bigger or smaller. And in this case it gives me the mark number, the type, width, height, the material in use, the glazing, etc. Now the nice thing about scheduling of AEC objects is I can go to any window which will give me basic properties. The width, let's say, of that window I change to 1111, and if I go back, first of all in the model you can see it changed, and if I go back to my table you will see it has a line through it indicating that it needs updating. So once I select the table like that, I can go to AEC schedule table and update the table. Once I update the table, you will see it updates in there. The other option that you've got is, once a table is created, you can just go into object properties, and in there is an option where you can update automatically. If I change that to yes, any changes I make in my model itself will automatically change on my table. Now where does Caddie get all these properties or information from? Now if you go into something like an AEC window, it will give you the general properties of that window. If I go to extended data, however, that is where you can choose its mark number, its type of glazing, its type of frame, the type of window, etc. All the information in there can be scheduled into the table. As I've mentioned earlier, AEC scheduling does not only apply to AEC objects itself, it also applies to some other objects. Now in this drawing that I've got in front of me, it's basically a town layout, a couple of stands or plots in there, different zones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use general schedule. General schedule gives me a list of scheduled tables that I've set up. So let's say I want to schedule the zoning, and when Caddie says indicate objects to schedule, I'm just going to indicate a couple like that. Once again, Caddie will ask you where do you want the table to be positioned, so let's say over here, and it should be that size. You can now immediately see it gives you the earth number or stand number, the zoning of each and every one, the color of its text, because that's the properties that I've set up. If I go down that list, maybe I want to see where residential yellow 42 is. So once you select any table, you can also zoom to a specific object in the table. If I zoom to 42, it will immediately take me to 42 in my model itself. Another option, just to show you the power of scheduling, is, let's just zoom back to this drawing over here. In this drawing I've got a couple of blocks which represents the computers. So each and every computer in here is a block or block reference. So I've set up scheduling where I want to schedule my assets in my building. As soon as I do the assets and I tell Caddie I want to schedule all of those, once again position for table and the size, and if you have a look at this table now, you will see each and every computer in that building has a code assigned to it, a user assigned to it, what type of PC it is, hard drive, memory, graphics card, screen, mouse, keyboard, etc. So each and every asset computer-wise is scheduled into that table. Now if I want to find out where a specific computer is, let's say having a look at all these, you'll see that one 20 gigabyte, 512 RAM, that's one of the less powerful PCs in the office. I want to know which one that is. It's assigned to Leonie. So If I choose the table and I tell Caddie zoom to a specific object and I click on that one, it will take me to my model itself to show me exactly which computer it is listed and where to find it. So as you can see from these examples, AEC scheduling does not only apply to AEC objects. You can basically schedule any object with any property as you would like it to be scheduled.